Welcome to Module 2, the Media of Art. This is the first of 8 lectures. We're going to be discussing in great detail the media that artists use to create works of art. We're going to start with drawing, move into painting, printmaking, photography and digital imaging, graphic design and illustration, sculpture, clay, glass, metal, wood, and fiber, and concluding this module with architecture and environmental design. There are 3 quizzes associated with this module. The quizzes are designed to help you stay on target for the tests. Have you ever said, "I can't draw"? Does not being able to draw mean you can't write your name on a piece of paper or draw a simple map? What do people really mean when they say they can't draw? Can exposure to television, with its immediacy and vivid action, dull one's response to paintings? Imagine an art gallery containing 2 framed artworks. One is a large, colorful painting, and the other is a small black and white photograph. Would you approach each of them in the same way? How might your experience of them be different? These questions are merely food for thought as we begin this next module. The desire to draw is as natural as the desire to talk. As children, we drew long before we learned to read and write. In fact, letter forms are drawings. Why do some people no longer draw? Drawing means to pull, push, or drag a marking tool across a surface to leave a line or mark. Drawing is the most immediate and accessible way to communicate through imagery. We share ideas, feelings, and experiences through drawings. You're looking at a drawing on the Great Hall of Bulls in the Lascaux Cave. What were these artists communicating through their imagery? Do you think they even considered themselves artists? Importantly, do you think they ever doubted their ability to draw? Drawing from direct observation is neither more nor less important than drawing from imagination or memory. However, observational drawing helps people learn to see more attentively and improve their ability to draw from imagination. I wonder if you keep a sketchbook, or if you keep a journal, and if you draw in your journal. There are many resources in your community for learning to draw. There are drawing classes located at universities. If you're in the Spokane area, there's the Eastern Washington University Department of Art. There's also the Spokane Art School, a nonprofit art education place where you can take classes for as little as $4.50 an hour. There's also community colleges. There's many books out there on drawing. 2 good ones are Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain and The Artist's Way. And finally, there's numerous videos on drawing. There's a basic perspective drawing video and the fundamentals of drawing located in the JFK Library on the Eastern Washington University campus. Check and see if your university or school is part of the interlibrary loan system. Although it isn't part of the class, you may be interested in watching some videos on drawing after viewing this chapter. Some artists, like Pablo Picasso, showed the ability to render reality at an early age. Picasso said, "As a boy, I could draw as good as Rembrandt." Other artists, like Vincent van Gogh, did not have exceptional drawing skills whatsoever. They developed through hard work and lots of practice. The drawing here, titled The Carpenter, shows a stiff and clumsy use of line and proportion. However, what is strong about this drawing is the artist's careful observation and attention to detail. You can tell a lot about the space the carpenter is in, what he's doing, even what he's wearing. Van Gogh learned a lot about seeing and painting through his diligent practice of drawing. Your book lists 3 purposes and functions of drawing. The first is as a personal notation, a sketch, or a record of something seen, remembered, or imagined. The second is as a study for another, usually larger and more complex work of art, such as a sculpture, a building, a film, a painting, or another drawing. The third is as an end in itself, a drawing as viewed as a complete work of art. Pablo Picasso's Guernica was the result of many studies and drawings. This is an example of the second purpose and function of drawing. The first drawing for Guernica shows what can be identified in later stages as a woman with a lamp, apparently an important symbol to Picasso. The Guernica was Picasso's statement on the horrors of war. The artist was appalled by the brutality against the people of his native country, Spain. Picasso created this monumental painting as a statement of protest against the senseless brutality of all war. A replica of the Guernica hangs in the United Nations building. When a prominent U.S. official was to address the UN about the Iraq War, he insisted that the replica be draped. Hatching is just one technique that artists use while drawing. Hatching, cross-hatching, or contour hatching is a technique where artists use many lines to build up values. The artist Charles White used the technique of hatching to build up the figure's mass and gesture in a forceful manner. Drawing tools have unique characteristics. The interaction between these materials and the techniques of the artist determines the nature of the resulting drawing. Drawing tools include dry media or liquid media. In dry media, artists can use pencil, charcoal, Conte crayon, or pastel. The artist Georgia O'Keeffe used charcoal in her drawings. Although she is known for painting in full color, she achieved comparable visual impact with just black and white. The cave painters of 15,000 BC also used charcoal in their drawings. Charcoal is considered the oldest drawing medium. You can make your own charcoal by burning a part of a tree limb and immersing it in water. But really, charcoal is very inexpensive, and you can pick some up for just a few dollars at your nearest art supply store. You're now looking at a drawing created with dry media, pastel. This is a drawing created by Rosalba Carriera. It's titled Allegory of Painting. Carriera made dozens of works with pastels in the early 18th century. The hard, fine-grained pastels in common use at the time gave the finished work a smooth surface that makes possible fine color shadings. The artist Jane Quick-to-See Smith uses pastels in a completely different way. She uses a linear, abstract expressionist style that links symbols and markings of her French, Cree, Shoshone, and Flathead Native American heritage with the influences of neo-expressionist painters. In this work, Smith uses colors and ancient motifs of the Southwest landscape and the horse, a symbolically important animal to many Native American cultures. Liquid media includes black ink, colored ink, felt and fiber-tipped pens, ballpoint pens, and watercolors. You're looking at a drawing created with liquid media by Leonardo da Vinci. The specific liquid media is pen and ink.